The last 20 or 30 years in the church have been quite challenging, as many of us know. There have been many scandals of all sorts. There have been many disputes about doctrinal issues, about disciplinary issues, and all of this has caused us to be, in some sense, torn apart from each other. Because many people are trying to seek the truth, trying to seek the right way to build up the church. They find themselves sometimes in disagreement with other Christians, with other Catholics, and this causes then a kind of division between them and those who may not share their opinions or their views. So St. Paul today gives us some advice in his first reading, in his letter to the Ephesians, and he says this: "I therefore, a prisoner for the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of the calling to which you have been called, with all lowliness and meekness, with patience, forbearing one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace." St. Paul says that in some sense, what is going to be the Christian essence, what Christians are called to, is to be humble, to be humble. Many times what happens is that in our pride, in our sort of eagerness to be right, in our zeal sometimes, we can be very quick to condemn those around us. We can be very quick to sort of put them down because sometimes rightly we care about the church. We want the church to survive, we want the church to thrive, and we see sometimes that the opinions or the behavior of someone, next to us in the church might not be worthy of the call. And so we start to criticize them. But St. Paul says, no, instead, be humble, be patient with them, bear them in love, and maintain unity by the bond of peace. Unity by the bond of peace. What this means is that in everything, we have to strive to be patient. We have to strive to love those who are in the church, even those who are causing chaos. Sometimes that is very difficult because we realize that sometimes people may have the wrong opinions and they might even be very vocal about them. And we don't know how to stop them from spreading what we might think is wrong, or we might know is wrong. But St. Paul urges us nonetheless to maintain a bond of peace with them, to be peaceful, not to condemn them outright, but to seek to understand them in charity, to draw them in love, and then from there, from that point, to help them see what is wrong, to help them see what may be in error. And at times you might realize that maybe we are the ones in error. And then in that case, our humility helps us all the more to recognize and to acknowledge that we must change. Sometimes our divisions come about because we have intellectual divisions. Sometimes our divisions come about because we do not choose to live our lives in the right way. Whatever the case might be, let us strive to be patient. Let us strive to be loving towards our neighbor, especially other Christians. Sometimes we can be so harsh against other Christians, against other Catholics. Let us be patient with them, and so in this way draw them into the truth and into love.